Hi, guys. Well, that's not what I wanted. Okay, there we go. All right, let's get logged in and get the show on the road. Hey, Danny. I hope you guys are ready for some good, Eden action. Also, so funny story. You guys may have noticed that my inventory was very full. I only had like one inventory slot left. I cleaned because I realized, wait, we're doing Eden tonight, and you guys loved leaving me with all of the loot. So, hey, look at that. Also, I fucked with my resolution settings. I don't know if I like it or not. I actually don't like the only tier I actually like for glamour from Eden is the last one. Let's see here. I want to go to... No, I want to go to Mordsuk, don't I? Wait. This one's for the actual thing. He's... One of you guys is Savage, and one of you guys is the next tier. You're the next tier. Away with the ferry. Yellfort has arrived in Mordsuk, bearing pertinent information. Ah, there you are. I'm part of the team helping with the edict. I mean, highly classified and very, very secret thing. Oh? The fact of the matter is, I've come to inform you of a rather interesting development. It's about the girl who was brought back from the empty. She's finally woken up, you see. I see. Yeah, it's super subtle. Yellfort. And Shizune, too. Hi, Reen. Oh my god, it's been like such a long time since I last saw you. We heard the news from Thancred. Is it true? Why, yes, it most certainly is. Apparently, her name is Gaia. She claims to be a free citizen of Yulmore, although she remembers nothing of the events leading up to her attack on Eden. She's lost her memory? Parts of it, at the very least. We also cannot be sure whether she's telling the truth or if it's merely a ruse. She's yet to display any hostility, which is encouraging, I suppose. And Thancred's with her now, is she? Or is he? Oh. Yes. He's taken her to Yulmore, mainly to verify that what she's told us so far. Quiz the locals, that sort of thing. After that, the plan is to come back here, though they're taking rather longer than I'd anticipated. I do hope nothing is amiss. Lore-wise and narratively, I wonder if you aren't supposed to do this before you run in, or like before they join up with us in MSQ. Because in MSQ, Rena's like, oh, well, she does also say she's going to keep working on the Eden thing. But isn't Thancred supposed to be shadowing definitely, totally, for sure, for real, Arbert? Definitely not imposter Arbert. Good grief, are you always this slow? At this rate, it'll be dark again before we know it. The night sky returning is all well and good, but it does make each day seem awfully short. And are you still dragging your heels back there? At least act as if you're on, you've got a purpose, would you? Now, look here. Whoa, just something. Ash, thank you for the $45. I mean, she's Gaia, so, you know. Now look here, I'm not one of your servants. Why don't you try carrying your own luggage for a change? Thancred, you're back! Yeah, let's help those runaways. Also, like, the community goal is to raise $100 for charity each month, guys. So, we're almost at our goal for this month, but we are also running out of time. Okay. But, Ash, you're super generous, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much. If, like, 4 people donated $5, we'd be there. You lot are a sight for sore eyes. Yes, even you, Arianje. Gaia and I have just finished shipping her personal effects from Yulmore. I'm glad we could finally meet. Properly, I mean. So, did you learn anything useful? Other than where she lives, not an awful lot. Her supposed neighbors barely knew the first thing about her. Hells, she barely— what? Zach! Thank you! And oh. There we go. Just wasn't loading right on YouTube. But yeah, for anybody who may be second monitoring me and, only listening, so we raise money for different charity each month on this channel. This month, it is the National Runaway Safe Line. So yeah, and if you want to see what else we're raising money for, there is a schedule on my About section, on Twitch. Oh, fancy. Hey, we did it. That means between this month and last month, the pantry has raised $200 for charity. If we include November, December, that's like $400 total that we've raised for charity. I'm so proud of you guys. Things are really shitty, and like, I'll admit, my sleep schedule has been getting fucked up lately, and part of it is because everything is awful and it's affecting my anxiety, which makes it really hard to sleep. So yeah, at least this is some little thing that we can do to make a difference in the world. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled, amnesiac bitch. Hells, she barely knows the first thing about herself. Her recollection of her life in Yulmore is patchy at best. But she seems convinced that she'll regain her memory if she accompanies us, and so she invited herself to join our merry band. And for her first act, she ordered me to carry her luggage. If you insist on standing around talking, might I suggest finding a place to sit down first? My feet are killing me. I mean, ma'am, maybe if you wore more appropriate shoes. I'm surprised you're not also complaining about the heat with that jacket. Then perhaps you should have chosen more sensible footwear. Still, it's not such a bad idea. Shall we? See? Like, I fucking love her shoes and I want them IRL, but also, you don't see me trekking around in a desert in them. But what do you expect from a Nomura designed character, right? Woo! What? Why is it so yellow? Is it? Oh, it's the weather. Yeah, I at least look normal when I go in the shade. Speaking of colors and stuff, I figured out why my VTuber lags so much if I try to play Final Fantasy XIV at 60 FPS. It's my reshade filters. And those aren't going away, because fuck that. So, 30 FPS forever it is. Amnesia. It is troubling, though not entirely unexpected. Well, I've given you my early impression of Gaia, but I would be interested in hearing your opinion. Go on and talk to her and see what you make of her situation. Because, like, this is what this area looks like without the filters. And you thought things were yellow and bright and hurt your eyes before. No, thank you. Whoop. There we go. I've got so many things I want to ask, but I probably shouldn't bombard her with questions. Hang on. What? Oh, I do get to sit. So, you don't remember anything at all? Not attacking us? Not falling unconscious? Such selective amnesia would rightly raise suspicion within those of a cautious mind. Yet if she doth speak the truth, it would lend credence to my current hypothesis, though admittedly some further... Not now, Urianger. She's only just woken up. We don't want to bore her back to sleep. In any case, I prefer to know to follow my instincts, and they're telling me that Gaia means us no harm. After such much deliberation, I thought it only right to let her know about our work in the empty, as a sign of goodwill. After all, trust works both ways. Though, I would ask you, Shizune, not to let your guard down just yet. So you're the one I'm supposed to have fought? Come to think of it, I recognize you from somewhere. So you should, considering you tried to kill me. Well, if Thancred's version of events is anything to go by, you weren't exactly holding your back yourself. I mean, in my case, it was self-defense. Still, it seems I didn't give you much of a choice but to defend yourself. So let's call it even. Not that I have any recollection of it. Fair enough. It's like remembering fragments of a dream, only to realize those things actually happened. It's as though my whole life has been leading to this. Thou speakest as though thou didst expect these events. I guess you could say that. It's what the fairy tells me. I'm sorry, the what? I can't see it, but it's as though there's someone else inside me, and I can hear its voice in my head. It whispers to me and lets me use its power. Magic, I suppose you could call it. Not that I know much about that sort of thing. You know, for somebody who doesn't know what the Echo is, that could be a really good explanation of the Echo. And this power alloweth thee to tear open the fabric betwixt realities, that thou mayest call forth the ether-starved denizens of what remaineth of the 13th. What? Was that supposed to mean anything or something, or are you just spouting random words at me? Honestly, I don't know how you all put up with this. I've only just met him, and his insufferable prattle is already giving me a headache. You get used to it, unfortunately. Gods, I still can't believe I'm having this conversation. And to think that I was flying about in a suit of armor, waving a sword. That doesn't sound like me at all. He grows on you, yeah, like a fungus. Someone else inside you. Like Minfilia was inside me. Aye, the similarities cannot be ignored. Though it is too early to say with certainty, Gaia may very well be the Oracle of Darkness. The Oracle of Darkness? What does this mean? It means that you may have been right when you said she has something in common with them itself. Those who have been used as a living host by an Ascian have no recollection of events that occurred during their possession. This I know from personal experience. But Gaia seems to have some memories still, even if they're a little hazy. Moreover, she has remained in control of herself, even when she heard the voice within, much like you in Minfilia. And though Reen was very much her own person, Minfilia's presence did exert a change in her outward appearance. granting her hair and eyes a hue akin to that of our dear departed friend. It is therefore not unthinkable that Gaia's raven locks may be a manifestation of the darkness which hath come to reside within her. Or you're being rude and that's just her natural hair color. But I was born like this, there you go. And my parents, they both had black hair too. Not that you remember who they are. Or at least, I think they did. It's been so long since I saw them, I can't remember too well. But enough about me. You're Minfilia, aren't you? The Oracle of Light, who they were, hosting in Yulmore? Hosting's an interesting word to use. That's right. Though imprisoned is a better word. They kept me locked away, and I didn't know much about Yulmore and its people, or the rest of the world for that matter. I see. And how exactly did the Oracle of Light come to run with the Warrior of Darkness? Well, it all started when we went into a Fade to Black exposition scene. Also, I don't remember telling you that, or like anybody else telling you who I was, or that I was the Warrior of Darkness. Yes, I still remember the day everyone went raving mad and Lord Vothri fled. Everything after that is still a blur, though. From what Gaia's told me, she wasn't part of the mob that attacked us. But how was she able to resist Vothri's control? Mayhap 'twas the intervention of this fairy of whom she speaketh. Or the Echo. As curious as that may be, we still don't know why she appeared out of nowhere as soon as Eden took flight. Gee, if only we knew of an ability that allowed you to, like, resist being brainwashed. What's up? It's been a while. This is just a guess, but I'd say that the fairy reacted to it in some way, and for whatever reason, made me go after it. Yes, that seems like the only explanation. I don't know about you lot, but I've had enough nattering. I'm going back to Eden. What? But why? The fairy wanted something from Eden, and knowing what that is will bring me a step closer to discovering exactly what has been living in my head all these years. Besides, my memories aren't going to restore themselves, and certainly not through idle chit-chat. So I'm going, and that's that. Gaia, wait! Insufferable. Utterly insufferable, and yet we can't well let her, or leave her to her own devices. Come on. Honestly, if she's able to walk through the desert without those spikes she calls heels getting stuck in the sand, I would be genuinely impressed. She can't have gone far, especially not in those heels. That's what I said. Kinda. Get away from me! Oh, it's just an ant. A big ant, but... Gaia! It seems I have no choice. boy, sure I'm glad she's on our side. What am I? I mean, yeah, I mean, the boss was her, so... Even if she doesn't have any memory of the fight, we already knew she had time magic. Time mage confirmed? A most fascinating application of ethereal manipulation. The destructive blast did manifest in a significant span of time after the initial casting. With sufficient mastery of such a technique, a simple or a second spell could be made to smite the target at precisely the same moment. While it would demand exceptional ethereal control, its tactical potential cannot be denied. Well, here's the thing. I think Astrologian was supposed to be Time Mage. Powers befitting the Oracle of Darkness. When you fought Gaia, she opened void gates, yes? Back in the Source, portals such as those were all too common. But tearing open the veil between the 1st and the 13th is a different matter entirely. We should be thankful that she's not of a mind to turn that power against us. For now. I'm not entirely sure what I just witnessed, but I'm glad she's unharmed. And again, I'm glad she's on our side. What are you all gawping at? I don't mean to stare, but it's not every day I see magic like that. So, this is the power of the fairy you spoke of? Ever since I was a child, it was whispered to me, it has whispered to me, telling me what to do. That's how I came to use its power. But there are things I can't even explain. Holes ripped in thin air, terrifying creatures crawling out, ghastly-looking blades and armor appearing out of nowhere. But worst of all is the dark energy that comes from inside. The power. It feels as though it's only flowing through me, and never truly mine. And even when it answers my call, it always takes a few moments for the spells to work. So in summary, you don't have control over the magic. Well, it's not as if I ever tried to control it. I haven't made a habit of fighting wild beasts. Unfortunately, it's part and parcel of traveling through Amarang. And while I understand that you want answers, you're not going to find them unprepared as you are. But if your heart is set on this, then we'll help you. Reen, think about what you're saying. You're seriously considering taking Gaia to Eden? There's no telling what might happen if she loses control again. So the safest option is for her to stay away until our work is done. Somewhere we can keep an eye on her. You must realize it's for her own good. I must concur with Fahrenkred's assessment. At present, we know precious little of Gaia's origin and less still of her powers. If she is indeed the Oracle of Darkness, her presence may complicate a task already fraught with peril, placing our mission and her own well-being in jeopardy. In full knowledge of the risks, dost thou still wish to pursue this course? I do. It wasn't so long ago that I was living in isolation, being held against my will. Maybe the people keeping an eye on me thought that was for my own good, too. But if we shut Gaia away for our own convenience, we're no better than Vothrian and Ranjit. I've learned that when someone is in need, we must reach out a helping hand, not push them away. Now it's my turn to do for Gaia what you've all done for me. I mean, she's got a point. Also, like, if we want answers about Gaia, they probably aren't gonna happen if she's in in Mordsuk twiddling her thumbs while we're at Eden. When we know that Eden is probably the source of the answers we need. Even knowing the danger that lies ahead, I won't choose the easy way out. This is the path I've chosen. Is that good enough for you? Well, I can't say fairer than that. How about you, Oriange? The light of thy spirit doth burn bright. Were they testing her? Mine apologies, my dear. But we felt it necessary to test thy resolve. Okay, yes, they were just full of shit and testing her. Let it suffice it to say thou hast left no room for doubt. For what it's worth, Reen, I never doubted you. But make no mistake, the danger that Urianger and I spoke of is all too real. If you're prepared to go through with this, we'll be right there beside you. That means a lot to me. Thank you. I couldn't care less who I travel with. But if we're going to go, then let's get going already. There's supposed to be some sort of craft waiting at the Southern Watchtower, yes? Come along then, don't fall behind. The four-seater is gonna be crowded. Yeah. I mean, I could always just sit in Thancred's lap. Guy can sit in the trunk. Does the... What's it called? Mana skip? No, not Mana Skipper. Something slipper, right? But anyway, does the car even have a trunk? Is it Sky Slipper? I thought that was the name. Oh, it is Sky Slipper. Then what the fuck is the name of the... Oh, I was getting it confused with the Mana Cutter. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this little, like, hammock is the trunk. I mean, we could technically... It's a four-seater as a mount, but you can fit 3 people in here pretty easily. This could very easily be a 5-seater. Why couldn't you leave this craft in Mordsuk instead of all the way out here? Actually, that's a good question. Actually, don't bother explaining. Whatever the reason is, I'm sure it's something frightfully uninteresting. Let's be about it, shall we? No, but that's actually a really good question, Gaia. Of course I'm worried about what may happen when Gaia gets close to Eden. We'll keep a close eye on her. Make sure she's all right. I mean, you could absolutely, like, real talk, you could absolutely fit an Aura and 2 teenagers in this little back couch. Easy peasy. Though our circumstances hath changed, our mission most assuredly hath not. Restoring life to the empty remaineth our primary objective. It might be a bit of a tight squeeze with 5 of us, but we'll manage. Perhaps Oriange can sit on top of our luggage. See, there you go. Even Thancred's thinking about it. What if you're playing a Roe or a Hroth? Then you sit in the middle seat and hope it doesn't break, and Thancred or Oriange squeezes in with the girls. Depart for the empty. Although in the case of Hrothgar, let's not forget, Hrothgar are cat people, and everybody knows cats are made out of liquid. As usual, we should keep our sojourn here as brief as possible. Let's tend to business quickly. Everything seems fine here, as far as I can tell. As for Gaia, she hasn't started attacking anything yet, so I'll take that as a good sign. I had hoped that during our absence, the rebalancing of ambient ether might work for the change. Alas, 'twas not to be. It's only been like 2 weeks, Arianje. Calm down. So, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Eden, where I'll find the answers I seek. The bringer of the flood, the first sin eater. Would it lead me to my past or my future? What awaited on the path ahead, I couldn't say, but I had no choice but to take the first step. It should be, exclamation pronouns should give you the link, and then you should be able to update it from there. It's also linked in the About section on Twitch. Okay. They're still saying the same thing. Blood and thunder, let's go! Also, what's this? Your Zevrena is evolving? Bum, 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 ba -da 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 -da. Okay. I know that, or what it's like. It was the same for me. I know what it is like. It was the same for me. But I was lucky, because Thancred freed me from Yulmore, and I had a chance to see the world. More importantly, though, I met all kinds of people, and they taught me not to live in another shadow, but to be myself. No, see, you are evolving in the Pokemon context from they, them to she, her. It totally makes sense. You were a little they, them Eevee, and then somebody held up the gender stone to you, and you evolved into she, her. That's how that works, right? Maybe one day you'll have that chance too. Said your piece, have you? Don't think some bleach. One day? What's that supposed to mean? I don't know how the great Oracle of Light sees such things. But for someone like me who's only known life in Yulmore, there was no tomorrow. There was no future, only the here and now. And while we waste time on these meaningless conversations, I feel each moment of my life slipping away. Time, it won't wait. Not for me, not for anyone. I don't know how much longer I can hold on to who I am. I'm sorry, Gaia. It's funny, because that's very similar to how the Fae live, isn't it? Only caring about the here and now. Gaia? Humph. That's probably not even my real name. It isn't? When Thancred asked me my name, I couldn't remember. That's when the fairy whispered to me, Gaia. But if you grew up in Yulmore, surely someone there must know who you are. Everyone I once knew had either disappeared or had been turned into sin eaters. Those whose faces and names I still remember, that is. In the end, we found not a single person who so much as recognized me. But wait, then how did they know... Okay, if she doesn't know her real name, and everybody she remembers is gone, how were they able to find where she lived to, like, ask her neighbors about her and, like, get a hold of her personal effects? As far as I can recall, I never even... I've never been the most sociable person, but still. Well, even if it's not your real name, I think Gaia sounds lovely. If you're happy with it, then that's what I'll call you. And if you're willing, instead of the Oracle of Light, please call me Reen. It's not the name I was born with. That's long forgotten now. But the one the people whom I consider family gave me. Is that so? Well, as much as I'd love to keep up this chatting, there's something that's been bothering me. I thought the fairy would have reacted to Eden in some way, but so far, nothing whatsoever. From what I gather, it wasn't until Eden started moving that I appeared out of the blue. Sounds about right. Perhaps if you were to actually try flying it somewhere, the fairy might break its silence. If you've got elements to restore whatever it was, why don't you hurry up and get it over with? At once, your ladyship. Aye, it may be best to resign ourselves to her mannerisms. A good thing we're not wholly unfamiliar with attending nobility, given certain company in the Scions. Of whomsoever dost thou speak, I wonder? All right, everyone. I think we've talked for long enough. If you're ready, let's make our way to Eden. Okay, to Eden we go. I always forget this place isn't a solo instance. My memories, I think they're slowly coming back to me. My mother and father would constantly blather on about how the flood of light could return to end the world when we least expect it, and that we should live each day as though it were our last. They would often say, I wish this moment would last forever. That was until they were selected for ascension by Lord Vothri, and were never to be seen again. Since I had no other relatives, or even any close friends to speak of, I was left alone in the world. A past like that hardly seems worth remembering, does it? Reen's little chat with Gaia reminded me that, for all our obvious differences, there are things we have in common too. I too grew up not knowing who my parents were. The day Louisoix gave me the surname Waters was one I'll never forget. Years later, it was under rather more desperate circumstances that I gave a certain young girl the name Minfilia. Little did I know that it would end up crossing time and space, taking on a meaning I could never have foreseen. It came to be passed on to one girl after another, binding them to a fate not their own. In a sense, it may be said that I chose not only one, but two names for Reen. But by whatever name she is called, she is truly her own person now. And as central to our lives as names are, I believe that it isn't the name itself, but the bonds it symbolizes that matter most. Hey, so... Oh yeah, this is 5.2? Funny story, the short stories from Shadowbringers, one of them is actually about, like, that whole theme of naming and stuff, starting with Louisoix naming Thancred. If I remember right, he gave him the last name Waters because he grew up in Linza. I've done some reading about the land swallowed up by the flood, but it's no easy task to find locations with a dominant element. I'm glad we have Arianje to point us in the right direction. Following the initial changes wrought by the release of water and earth, the empty hath displayed no further signs of alteration. Stability, some may call this, and be satisfied, but in truth it is passivity. A passivity stemming from light's ever-pervasive presence. If we are to break the status quo, we must needs employ a catalyst, a third element that shall rouse and stabilize those unleashed energies in activity. Therefore, I propose lightning. So the primal would be Ramu, yes? From what I've heard, he's a guardian of the forest and not particularly keen on conflict. But you've actually thought of him, but you've actually fought him, haven't you? He's half man, half beard, and another half beard for good measure. Ah, yes. Thancred mentioned that he more closely resembles a person than a beast, unlike most other primals. And apparently he tends not to move about much. I'm glad to see your lessons have paid off. Well, if it's like you say, we want to call forth an accurate representation of the primal, I should picture it in my mind as clearly as possible. At the very least, it's worth a try, but the rest is up to Shizune. In order for this to work, we need to actually fly somewhere, yes? So rather than sitting in one spot while you exchange anecdotes, why don't you get this blasted thing moving first? One must admit, the suggestion is not without merit. Reen, might I suggest the Gandalf Thunder Plains as our next location? These plains, as it is writ, were perpetually blanketed in storm clouds. The only source of illumination, the ceaseless barrage of lightning. The ambient ether there lingereth there shall provide ideal conditions for the summoning. And that's a Final Fantasy X reference. Then that's where we're heading. Come on, Eden. We've got a job to do. This should be as good a spot as any. Gonna go ahead and hop into voice chat so that we can rally those troops. Alright, Shizune, whenever you're ready. Hydrate. Alright. Everybody else hydrate. Posture check. Get those stretchies in. Memories of Ramu flash through your mind. Okay, but like you have legs and another arm, right? I don't think you have ever been anywhere like this before, and I'm not sure I want to come back. Too dreary for my liking. Would be nice if the next destination is a little cheerier, but I suppose I can't exactly choose if I want answers. Even if Reen has done a good job of memorizing my description of Ramu, it will likely make little difference to how he manifests. After all, it's your memories that shape the summoning, not hers. Yeah, about that. The area is saturated with lightning aspected aether. This I am able to confirm. In addition to the primal, be thou wary of stray bolts that may occur as a result of our activity. All the lightning that's fallen here over the years has left the ground covered in craters. But don't worry, Eden will give you something more than even to stand on. Alright. I guess first things first, let me get these two.
You have summoned me?
Oh, hi! Oh my god, your image in Fugi right now.
I guess the scaling is a little weird.
Amazing. It's, yeah.
Amazing. Goody.
Zed, are we kidnapping you too, or are you busy?
I mean, we'll kidnap Zev anyways.
So, what?
She can only put up so much of a fight.
Zav! You could do one. Oh, are you busy? Oh, that's right. You have raid tonight.
I could probably only do 1 or 2 depending on how long it takes in between them.
Live. Okay, so should I send you that friend invite?
Mona has abandoned me. I am sad now.
Oh,
It's
were you
okay,
on
she will
Prime
return
Parade?
one day.
Oh, hi.
Hello?
Hello. Alternatively, I could have just done that this entire time.
Yeah.
What, just come into voice chat and communicated with us with your words?
It was an option.
Alrighty, and I am cool going, whatever you need me to be.
Alright, okay.
If you want me to talk, I can talk.
But what if we want you to tank?
Well, I'm sorry, I can't help you there.
You can invite me now.
Yeah. That is not what I wanted. And
They need to let you have more
I'm
chat
so many
tabs.
tanks.
I mean, I can always DPS.
look, I'll let you guys sort that one out. I just pew pew with my arrows.
I can pew pew too. I just throw an occasional heal every so often. Radiant's gonna
I
heal.
think having 2 tanks is probably good.
Oh,
I
is
think-
this a fight that needs 2
yeah.
tanks?
I don't know if it needs 2 tanks, but there's a couple things that could, like,
I think
Are
this
we
is a good
turning
party
this-
comp.
This is turning into a meme comp.
I think this is a good party comp.
Screw it, I've done dungeons all dragoons. We could do it.
But were they minimum item level and undersized?
Yeah, that's why we need all the healers we can get.
Okay,
Sure,
but you know what
sure.
else is
You want
nice? The
people dying.
DPS.
Don't be ridiculous.
Also, I need you guys to help me figure out how to squeeze Infinity
hate this.
Nikki into my streaming schedule in the next like 20-something days.
Why?
Because I'm really enjoying at least the idea behind the current event.
Hmm.
It involves people disappearing into a castle, and some of them are getting turned into plushies.
Oh. I mean, you've been doing a lot of 14 if you need to take a...
I have been,
break.
but I mean, I guess we'll see after I finish 5.3.
I mean, what's the current plan for Sunday?
If there's going to be a natural time
current-
to take a break, it would be after 5.3.
Current plan for Sunday is Ruby weapon, and then I'm gonna do the 5.1 Bolja stuff, which does include the Varus fight.
Bozzer.
I don't get to see that fight often enough. I want to see it again. It's a neat little fight.
Also, hang on.
And there is an extreme, which you can farm
I know.
get the,
I still need to get all the glamour from there on my
to get the
main.
viable glamour, yeah, for your all the individual jobs.
But like that would be very tempting, at least for Bard, because I have been just wearing my Bard artifact gear. Because Shadowbringers actually had really good Bard artifact gear. Bartifact gear?
Artifact gear.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. This is gonna go perfectly.
There won't be a single hang-up or any issues.
It's fine. It's content. Also, you guys aren't accidentally muted this time, so maybe I can get some good stuff out of you guys. I
You
forgot to
need
say
to
it.
do
Shit.
this. Yeah.
There's no turning
Well,
back. Get ready.
yeah, we got a full party now.
Well, there goes my.
Oh,
There goes me having me for a raid.
I'm so proud.
This is Ramu.
Hey, randos.
God damn it.
We just go.
I don't want to ditch two people. Oh, I feel so bad. Should we just
Yeah, we just go.
go as in abandon them, or
We'll go. Let's just
I don't
kill
know.
the boss, I guess.
yeah,
We can do
always
it again.
requeue it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's.
we can redo it and do it proper. Hey, at least this way you get to learn the mechanics.
Oh my.
Why did I pot? This is
I
a
don't
pretty
know.
savage raid.
Look, a lot of things are happening tonight. No, God, no, why?
No, you know what? This is karma for all the
Stop.
times I've made fun of Zev for queuing us into the wrong content.
Yeah, at least I've never queued us in a public queue.
So.
But hear me out. We need a an achievement for dodging 100 lightning bolts in this.
No,
Or they need
not
to.
with the lag. Not with the delay lag latency.
No. Oh, God damn it. Hear me out. Gold Saucer event that they set up in Heritage Found. Which I'm actually surprised they haven't done more of a Thunder Plains thing with. But it does solidify Dawn Trail as for real being the love child of Final Fantasy X and 9.
Which you already kind of knew, but yeah.
Yeah.
They need to do a little bit more with that.
I mean, there was a lot of stuff with Dawn Trail where they're just like, this is a reference, but a little bit to the left, like the Garnet or the Sphene instead of Garnet thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Sphene was a Garnet reference? Since
Yeah.
when?
The Princess of
Joyce?
Alexandria, who's named after a gemstone? Really?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't remember why we pick up orbs in this fight, but we pick up orbs.
To protect us from a skill.
Yeah, from that. From Divine Judgment bolts in particular. But also reduces damage just from
Oh,
the
I just
lightning
fucked up my
bolts.
invitation. Oh well. Professional streamer, everybody.
My
Yeah,
God.
it says you means you're a professional gamer.
You're
I
great.
don't think that's the case. I'm just gonna be honest.
I'm looking forward to seeing when you're at the MLG.
Nah.
Still went off in midair. Oh, that looked great.
Oh.
We're not gonna get LB3 before the end of the fight, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop LB2.
You'll be doing a lot of that in a moment. The sea talks for we alone.
Oh, okay, bye.
I didn't mean to do that.
You okay, Shizu?
Yes. Why would
She's
you?
just not speaking?
Hello?
Hi.
There you are.
Oh, I thought you were asking that because you heard me scream because I
No.
fell.
Well, that was the problem. We didn't.
Oh.
Yeah. Didn't hear a thing.
Oh. Huh.
Well, you're back now.
Cool.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like there's a tank swap buster in there, so you're probably fine to have either a 5th DPS or another tank. But I feel like, yeah, whatever. I can be late. I'll go sit in the channel.
Okay. There. Hello?
Yeah, no, I just changed my mind on what I was doing.
Okay.
Okay, it's fine. I'm staying.
Glad to have you.
Do we have a dancer?
We can. If he so chooses to play as one.
I mean, I can. Do you want
But if you're
possible
asking because you
reses
want
or
to
grand
swap,
send?
then...
Oh no, I was thinking about playing dancer, but then I was like, nah, I'm gonna meme and play Picto.
Okay. And you guys will notice I actually said it properly this time.
Maybe, did you? Okay. Plug in. There we go.
Alright. Gotta reselect it, and let's go. What's fun is that does give us a baseline of like how it is to do it in Duty Finder now versus doing it mine and also Undersized.
It's a good little demonstration of the difference between those two.
Yep.
So
Alright, footing up.
Just how easy and relatively brainless that was.
Oh yeah, Moogle Tome event is happening.
Oh, yeah, huh, neat.
Yep. I guess we're going. Let's go.
Yep. Oh, there we go.
But what about my opener?
Check it out.
My free-fall actions.
I see.
Like I actually know how to play Picto.
Same. I'm playing Viper. I'm just
Pain
hitting
and
glowing
hit
buttons.
buttons.
I'm just pressing the glowing buttons. That's how I play Viper.
I mean, isn't that how you're supposed to play Viper?
I'm sure that's how you play Dancer. I don't know for sure about Viper yet.
I've always compared, like,
That's how you play most
Viper is
classes.
basically melee Dancer minus the buffs.
I get lost in too much sauce about painting.
Uh-oh. Goodbye. In my defense, there's a reason why I'm splitting MSQ up into two streams from now on, because I was streaming until like 1 a.m. last night.
Yeah.
Get over here, you.
It has the added benefit of meaning that, so it turns out
Get over here, you.
that 5.3 has exactly 12 quests to it,
Ow.
and the dungeon happens to be the 7th quest. So it works out perfectly,
Yeah.
where I'll be able to end the stream on Tuesday, and then we'll be able to open up with the dungeon and the trial.
There goes our tank. Dead.
Yeah, that was the scenario that I was like, maybe we should have an off tank for.
It's okay, we're fine. We're winning this.
Are you winning, Zev?
Kind of. I'm alive somehow.
Good enough.
It's winning.
That is, in fact, winning.
And even with the funny debuff, I get to be top DPS.
Oh yeah.
Nerf dancer.
Not dancer.
Ecto.
Also, how
I
dare
meant
you?
I meant Picto. Oh my god.
Don't you touch my dancer.
In my defense, Zeb does also play dancer and was talking about playing dancer earlier.
Yeah, I was
She
about
doesn't
to.
pay attention to us.
I
Oh,
do.
you wanna-
I
LB2?
don't fully.
Shia.
Huh.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
Since
only
we can't
the.
get 3.
That's a good point.
Honestly, that's probably like the real like challenging aspect of doing stuff undersized is how it fucks with LB like existence. Oh shit! I was not where I wanted to be for that.
I'm out of MP. Give me a minute, I'll
What?
be able to get you
What's
up.
that? Ash is out of MP? You don't say.
Okay,
That's just
thank
so unusual. I
Well,
never
if
would have
people
expected
didn't
that from
die-
you. Look, man, I'm doing my best. The boss punched me.
This is why I went Red Mage instead of Dancer. I know us. I know
Honestly,
it really well.
Ash, it's okay. You can
Dancer.
say you know me. It's fine. I won't take offense for. Okay.
Okay, bad spot. I'm dead. Bye. I was in a bad spot, no matter what I was gonna die there.
Honestly, this is just a test to see how good of a tank and a healer you have.
Test of our reflexes, you say? Oops. Get over here, you.
I mean, to be fair, Elliot,
Need to go for it.
part of why we're late is my fault.
Sorry.
I may or may not have forgotten to set us as mine and undersized and all that before I queued us the first time. So this is actually round 2 because we didn't want to abandon the 2 randoms. Ow.
What the
That
fuck?
Thundercloud screwed us.
Well, Ash, time for you to save the
this is a
day.
good mechanic. This is a good mechanic. Come on. Res.
Nope.
Oh, no. Get up.
That's a light.
Damn it.
Well,
If I
Thundercloud
had-
screwed us.
The knockback from that mechanic screwed me from being able to res more people. Also, does everybody have food on?
yes.
Okay. Good thing I still have a 294 stack of soup.
Gray, do you want me to shield heal instead of picked up? Yeah, let's pop out. Let people
Okay.
switch jobs real quick.
Well, if we have two healers now, I can swap off Red Mage.
You say that, but
I'm doing it anyways. Deal with it.
okay.
Just remember, just don't die.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna have more mobility now. Plus, I never get to dance.
All right.
I decided to do the safety dance.
I mean, that's just shield samba.
Yep.
My spread low. Great white fighter. Oh god, excuse my fairy. Instead of placing my fairy, I dismissed it.
Should have
I'm a
eaten
pro
it
gamer.
instead.
Up by the tank. Snapshots, bullshit.
Yeah, he's pretty rude.
Open register.
Chasing me. The game's bullying me.
Bullying everybody.
I mean, they're designed to follow you.
Nope,
That's-
bullying.
Actually, just the mechanic.
The mechanic's a bully.
Essence a bully to everybody.
The mechanic's a bully, and so are you.
No.
I was referencing a quote.
I know, but also no.
Spread low. There we go. This.
As inside.
Wow. There's less straight. There we go. I know how to play this job, I swear.
I'm happy to inform you, however, that my MP's been full this entire time.
Excellent.
I am so not actually proud of you because I'd be really concerned if your MP was low on Dancer.
I believed him for a second, then I remembered. Why?
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh, I didn't actually need to pick up that orb. Oh well, it's fine.
I'm dead.
Hi, Dad. I'm Shizu.
Shield Samba. Desperate healing.
Oh, I don't want to be there. Okay.
Are they gonna pull the boss? Are they gonna taunt the boss? Are they gonna taunt the boss?
I'm dying. I'm dead.
Yes.
What are you doing, Solika?
What?
There they go.
There you go.
I will start reses as soon as I was up man for a second. Alright. Get up, Chia.
Yay. Sadly, I can't DPS while I'm dead, so this is a good thing.
These heals.
Optional venture, I'm good. You do not get hit.
Great. The white mage got the other one. Get frustrated, idiot.
How dare you?
And we're back.
Hey, good job.
Yeah. You know what? That's what.
Don't forget LB.
Also, don't forget to refresh your orb.
Run. Oh, those might be a little close.
Oh,
No, it's fine. It's
Iron
fine.
Heart, man.
Great place for that.
It made sense at first.
Oh, I don't want to be there. Oh,
Put the lightning on
did
the
not
lightning
see
rod.
the cloud. Oh.
There's this.
I'll have Nature's Mina back up in like 3 seconds.
Do you give me that bard skill that restores my MP instead?
They got rid of that.
I said what I said.
Hang on, we're in a raid that's about time magic, right? Let me just go back in time to Heaven's Word. Or no, even Stormblood. No. No, yeah, Heaven's Word. No, we had a thing in Stormblood, just wasn't Mage's Ballad anymore. Let me just go back to like Heaven's Word or Stormblood when I had an MP regeneration skill, whether it was Mage's Ballad or Refresh.
Here,
Not
have
the
a-
first time I
have a
wished for
regen
that,
and a shield.
by the way.
Nerds.
Oh, I am so
Fucking
lucky I
snapshot.
stopped where I was. I mean, that was totally on purpose because I'm super good at this game.
This is an easy game for babies, yes.
It's true.
I believe in you, Ash.
I'll be fine. I believe in me.
No, no, no!
Run!
Don't put
We're
them
so
next to each
good
other.
and definitely did that.
Here
on-
comes the pain.
Have a shield, Samba.
At least we have 2 healers, which helps a lot.
We were fine. See? Fine.
Oh.
You could probably go ahead and LB1.
Yeah.
Did 0.5%.
It helps.
That's 0.5%. We have to do normally now.
Yeah.
It just feels funny.
I mean, even in Savage, the LBs aren't that substantial, but they do help.
Yeah.
Kill. Must
The only
kill.
place they really help is, I feel like Alliance raids. Or not Alliance raids, no.
Dead.
Level 50 content. Alright. You got a 2-for-1 deal. Deuces.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts, but hey. Go ahead and grab all these. There we go. Okay. All right, I'm gonna deafen mute myself. Zeb, you gotta get going, right? Oh, they're already, or she's already gone. Okay.
Zev's gone.
All right. Then I'm gonna deafen and mute so that I can read dialogue. I'll be back. All right. Where is she? So, that thing was created based on your memories. Kinda. I've never actually fought Ixion on this character, so it's kind of weird that that's what I saw. Maybe there's a way we can use Eden to summon the fairy like that. I had my eye on Gaia the entire time you were fighting Ramu. And besides the sort of reaction you might expect from someone watching you take on a half-man, half-flying horse thunder god, I didn't expect anything out of the ordinary. Or I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. The fact that Eden itself also showed no signs of being affected by her presence can only be a good thing. But I'd understand if Gaia herself were more than a little disappointed that she's no closer to the answer she seeks. Once again, 'twas a most superlative display of thy puissance. Now, I could not fail but notice that the body did not belong, or did belong to Ixion, fabled equine embodiment of lightning. Hast thou perchance encountered the beast? Not at all! At least not on this character. I thought I was prepared to expect anything, but I didn't expect Ramu to turn out quite like that. Appearance aside, he was quite aggressive as well. The self-belief in him was as a kindly guardian clearly makes a difference to his temperament. Anyway, I'm just glad it's over. Let's get back to the camp and see if anything's changed. Yeah, let's go. Skill speed, I guess. Not that it actually matters. Okay, what change did that actually have to, like, the environment around here? The crystal's a different color, but apart from that, it all looks the same. That's what I said. It may look the same eye, but it feels different. The air has grown slightly more humid, as it does before rain. I have to say, I'm not exactly prepared for wet weather. If Eden can control elements and so on, can't you tell it to send those clouds elsewhere or somewhere else? Speaking of which, I'm not very impressed with its so-called powers. If changing yellow crystals to purple is the extent of its abilities, it's no surprise the fairy didn't bother showing up. I hope that whatever's next is more worthwhile. Rather than influencing the ground beneath our feet, Eden hath brought change to the firmament above. And yet, it's clear that a more dynamic element is required for the natural cycle of precipitation and evaporation to be complete. So we need movement. Would wind do the trick? Most certainly. It seems we have a plan. Let's not dwell too much on the effects of each individual element, and instead focus on seeing them all restored. The power of the Oracle. Not to be sniffed at, it seems. All my life, you were a constant companion, your voice ever seeping into my mind. Why then, of all times, did you abandon me? Deaf even to the crashing of thunder? Or were you simply biding your time? I'm not sure what I was expecting to see after restoring the lightning element, but I did feel a little disheartened. Still, as Thancred and Urianger say, there are changes taking place, even if they're not immediately obvious. As much as I bemoan Urianger's long-winded explanations, we'd be lost without him to take care of all the ethereal science and whatnot. Obviously, I'm quite sparing with my praise, as I wouldn't want it to go to his head. One plan fails to achieve the desired effect, so you move on to the next with minimal brooding and prattling. It seems we're finally learning. Ere we set out once more, might I ask if thou art familiar with the process by which rain is made to fall? Yeah? It's an elegant conspiracy. No, Shizune's not that dumb. Then thou shan't have difficulty understanding the explanation to come. With the restoration of our first element, the empty was once more blessed with the most essential ingredient in the cycle of precipitation, water. Under normal circumstances, the heat existent in the atmosphere would cause water to evaporate from the land's surface. As invisible vapor, it is borne by the wind high unto the firmament, where it doth condense as clouds before descending once more, returning to the land in the form of rain. It seems we need wind-aspected ether to create more clouds. That it hasn't rained yet must mean there aren't enough. Wait, if there's no rain, then what's making Gaia's outfit move? And even before that, we need fire-aspected ether to make the water evaporate. It seems to me that one's not good or much good without the other. Why don't you just draw both elements together? Because then I'd have to fight two primals. You're suggesting that Shizune fight two deiform entities, each one as deadly as Ramu. At the same time, do you realize how absurd that is? Thank you, Thancred. And yet, there's a notion that doth warrant further consideration. Urianger, no! Oh, you can't be serious. Thank you, Thancred. Cast your minds, if you will, to the elemental wheel I did show you in the bookman's shelves. Yeah? Wind giveth rise to lightning. Excuse me. Whose spark doth produce fire. By restoring both wind and fire in tandem, we may maintain balance between these dynamic elemental forces. The ensuing battle shall indubitably present an ordeal unlike any Shizune hath ever faced. I believe, however, that this path doth lead to the prize we seek. Oh, so perhaps it's not so absurd after all, eh, Thancred? I mean, you're still making me fight two primals at the same time. I wouldn't dream of questioning Urianger's grasp of the science behind it. My concern is for the burden this would place not only on Shizune, but Rin as well. Again, being a bro. What do you both make of the plan? If Arianje thinks it'll work, I'm willing to give it a try. Really? Even you're agreeing with this? Et tu, Shizune? As long as you know what you're getting or letting yourselves in for, you're going to need all your strength. So see that you get plenty of rest. Gaia! I have selected a location in which wind and fire aspected ether lie dormant, though I shall wait until Reen hath completed her preparations ere I dispense with the particulars. I'd rather Reen keep her mind on our work, or here rather than worry about Gaia. Mind you, it might be better for them to clear the air before we go any further. I can't stand all of this waiting around. Having grown up in Yulmore, I'm used to only living it for the moment. We never had any reason to concern ourselves with later, tomorrow, the future, and so on. Those things simply didn't matter. But after Lord Vothri disappeared and the night returned, everyone in Yulmore started thinking differently. I was only there for a short time with Thancred, and I couldn't believe how much it had changed. It was almost as though under Lord Vothri's rule, time had stopped moving altogether. And when it ended, life went back to how it was supposed to have been. They realized they had their whole lives ahead of them, to make plans and look forward to a new day. It feels like I'm the only one who can't move on, as if I'm still stuck in the past. What's worse, I can barely remember any of it. Even so, I can't stand the way they act as if the past never happened, choosing to forget it all. You good, Reen? It seems Reen is reluctant to air her concerns. Were you to rally her spirits, she may become more willing to talk. Okay, rally. Yes, you're right. There's no use in trying to pilot Eden while I've got other things on my mind. What do you mean low battery? You're plugged in. Hang on. You should be plugged in. One moment. Are you really not charging while... Okay, hang on. Let me check something. Why are you not cooperating with me? Oh, because you weren't... Better? Maybe? Sorry, my iPhone... let me try something. First of all, are you really not charging? I'll be... I'm gonna try something. Sorry, my iPhone is threatening to die on me, so I just need to do a little something. See if this fixes it. Okay, now are you charging? No? Actually, oh, 'cause it's not plugged into the thing anymore. Okay. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Let me... Okay. Okay, there we go. It's about Gaia, you see. I had my iPhone plugged into my computer, but for some reason it wasn't charging. So the battery is like mad at me now. But I just plugged it in to a different thing. The truth is that apart from Alize and Alphino, I hardly know anyone about my own age. I thought that I should make an effort to be nice to Gaia, but... Well, you've seen how she is around me. It's weird. I had it plugged into my computer, and, like... Because Apple, cords are so short, I had it plugged into a USB extension cord. So I don't know if it wasn't... I don't know. But it's fine. I'll just keep it plugged in this way for now. It's fine. And then I'll just put it on my charger later. Also, this confirms she is, in fact, the same age as the twins. I understand that she's not her own, or got her own problems to deal with, but I thought that maybe I could help her in some way. It's not my place to intrude, and I should probably just leave her be until we've finished restoring the elements. After all, that's more important, isn't it? Let me talk to Gaia while you concentrate on the task at hand. Is what I would have said once upon a time. It seems to me that you're the one best qualified to take care of this little problem. I know she can be quite prickly, to put it mildly, but if anyone can get through to her, it's you. Although we've only known her for a short while, we're all she's got, and I think she realizes that. Just let her know that she's not alone, and she'll come around eventually. Alright, I'll give it a try. Do you have any advice? I think I'm gonna recommend Thancred over Urianger, because I don't think Urianger would necessarily have good advice on how to talk to people. Thancred certainly has the gift of the gab. He'll know what to say. Then again, this could also end badly, but... I'm afraid that since arriving in the first, I've had little time to mingle with any of the locals. And I haven't a clue what young women like Gaia would be interested in. Thancred is the much better socializer, but his socializing usually involves flirting, which may not be appropriate right now. Ah, that's given me an idea. I'll start with some small talk and go from there. Also known as shameless flirt. Exactly. Actually, since before she even woke up, I've been asking Lena about what's popular in the Crystarium. I thought it might be nice to show Gaia around the place one day, you see? So that's what you were doing. I suppose it makes for a nice change of pace from all that studying. And I must commend thee on thy choice of confidant. The captain's powers of observation maketh her a veritable font of wisdom concerning the behavior of the Crystarium citizenry. Yes, and now it's time to put that knowledge to good use. Don't let the fear of rejection hold you back. Persistence is the key. Is that how you flirt, Thancred? Speaking from experience, by any chance? Oh, called out. Whatever do you mean? Lesson learned from days spent in pursuit of ladies' fair, one might suspect. Yeah, you couldn't help yourself, could you? It's all right, Thancred. Your secret's safe with me. Ahem. May I remind you that the reason we're here is to create a better future for everyone in the First, which includes you and Gaia. While it might not be on the same scale as bringing life back to the Empty, if you're able to befriend her, that will be another way of contributing to a brighter tomorrow. So go on, she's waiting for you. Alright, wish me luck. Reen is ready to approach the decidedly unapproachable Gaia. You had best observe the conversation from within earshot. Oh, we get to spy? Okay. Thancred may have taken on the role of Reen's surrogate father, but I have of late become something of a mentor to her. Though largely instilling what knowledge I can of the ethereal sciences, a more attentive student thou shalt seldom find. It's when Reen and I face our problems together that it truly feels like we're family, or at least what I imagine it would be like. I suppose we both grew up without our birth parents to guide us, but I think we turned out rather well given the circumstances. I wonder if this is the kind of bond that Flamine shared with Minfilia. Oh. Instead of bothering me when I'm obviously not in the mood to talk, why don't you go or get back to work? She looks like she's got a lot on her mind. Maybe now's not such a good time? Reen is ready to approach with the decidedly... Oh, yeah. Alright, eavesdropping time. Really? Really? That's how she's pretending not to be paying attention? What do you want? Oh, nothing, really. It can wait till later. For all we know, there might not even be a later. If you've got something to say, hurry up and spit it out. Is everything all right? Not feeling strange from being around Eden or anything? Is that what you came here to talk about? Actually, I wanted to ask you... Conspicuously not doing squats anymore. Would you like to go and have coffee biscuits with me? What? Coffee biscuits. They serve them at the second serving in the Crystarium. Everyone's talking about them, so I thought that maybe once we finish our work here, you and I could go there together. Let me get this straight. You came to talk to me about biscuits? Yes, they're light and crispy when you dip them in coffee, and when you dip them in coffee, they go all nice and squidgy. The only reason you're even interested in that in the first place is because everyone else is doing it. Can't you think for yourself? I do, or do what I want when I want. After all, the world could end at any moment. That's not going to happen. Not if I've got anything to do with it. Listen, Gaia, I understand what you're going through. Believe me, I do. But you mustn't lose hope. A new day will come. Then another and another. Life's not so bad if you give it a chance. You'll see. Shut up! You think you know me? Even I don't know who I am. Until I find the truth, I'll never be free. Then we'll find it together. I've seen enough pain, enough loss, and I don't want to see anymore. And that includes you, Gaia. Why do you care so much about other people? What have they ever done for you? I'm sure you haven't forgotten how we Yulmorans treated you, the precious oracle of light, like a bird in a cage. And yet, you act as if none of that ever happened. So forgiving, so selfless. You and your family brought back the night sky, and you finally had the chance to lead a normal life. But instead, you're flying around in a giant sin-eater, trying to turn a barren wasteland, or wasteland into some sort of paradise. And for what? I may not remember much of my past, but I'm fairly certain I've never heard of anything so ridiculous. Out of morbid curiosity, I'll see it through to the end. But if you think that makes us friends, you're very much mistaken. Gaia! That went well. I surmised that to keep Gaia waiting over long would be only to agitate her further. Yeah? Back into the giant sin-eater we go. Not you as well. Look, I've had enough small talk to last me a lifetime, so don't even bother. I believe you have a job to do, yes? Then be quick about it. Reen's looking a bit down in the doldrums. But don't let me worry... But you let me worry about that. We can't allow anything to interfere with whatever goes on in your mind when summoning those primals. I think we've both rested for long enough. Let's get started, shall we? I hope it all goes according to plan. Me too. To defeat the deiform manifestations of both wind and fire shall require every last mote of thy strength. That thou hast triumphed over such beings in previous encounters should be at the forefront of thy mind as we commence the summoning. Where are we going this time, Arianje? The place called Ashfall doth satisfy our requirements, I believe. The fables speak of travelers sweltering beneath the blazing heat of the midday sun, while after nightfall, slicing winds did tear at their cloaks. I see. Hopefully it won't be quite that bad when I draw out the elements. Reen, my dear, may I remind thee that to focus is not the same as to deny other thoughts. Whatsoever it is that troubleth thee, that would be better for acknowledging it. Yes, you're right, of course. It's Gaia that I'm worried about. That as well. May thy concern for her lend thee yet more strength. Alright. That's totally fair, Ash. If you need to go to bed, like, don't let us stop you. Sleep is important. It's time. I'll begin drawing out wind and fire in equal measure. Shizune, we'll only get one chance at this, so let's make it count. Memories of Garuda and Ifrit rage throughout your mind. Alright.
Alright.
So, you're heading off, Ash?
Yeah.
Alright, that's totally fair. Also, Zev went to go raid. That's totally fair. Zev went to go raid without leaving the party?
Yep.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and remove her.
No, just take her with you.
We can't queue in with her in the party.
Unfortunate. It sounds like we need a couple more.
Well, good luck.
Just two, yeah. But yeah, thanks for helping out when you were able to, Ash. Also, good luck with the next couple of weeks, because I know those are going to be hella busy for you.
Yeah.
Gonna be brutal.
It'll be good money though. We're gonna
Yeah?
try to use a bunch of that money for PC upgrades because I desperately need it.
Yeah.
Okay. Good night.
Good night. Alrighty. Hopefully we can get a couple more people, and who knows, maybe one of them will even be a healer.
All right, link shells reached out to, and I'm gonna set up a party finder too. Let's see here. We need. So yeah, we need a healer and we need a DPS. A minute, okay. And raids and your yes. All right. That's not what I wanted. Forgot to party finder. That's not what it should be. The fuck? Hang on. These last two slots are supposed to be emitted. There we go. Oh, it probably changed it because I changed what the duty was. All right, let's try that again. Nope, that wasn't supposed to go on party chat. All right. No, it's fine. I've got everything under control. Everything is fine. And now I get to talk to the NPCs. I wonder what sort of hellish
Yeah.
beasts you've conjured this time. My beasts aren't hellish. That's rude. And again, it's Gaia, so... My studies indicate that no equivalent of Garuda's servants, the Ixal, are present here on the first. My hypothesis as to the reason why can perhaps wait till another time. We know why.
Yep.
It's because the Ixal were elegant experiments.
Yep.
How long has it been since our encounter with Ifrit and his Amalja followers? Too long. If we summon two primals at once, maybe they'll fight each other. That way, you'll only need to beat the one left standing. But I suppose it defeats the purpose of it if you don't take them both down at the same time. How very, like, what it was it? Monster Hunter Worlds? Or was it... No, which one was the one where they introduced, like, the monsters fighting each other? Was that Worlds? I don't actually play a whole lot of Monster Hunter.
No.
I tried and then realized, oh, we're kind of the invasive species here, and we're killing these monsters for basically defending their territory. That does not feel good. Hydrate, alright, fine. Ash is making us hydrate and posture check and stretch. Alright, and now, because I can, at emergency rations.
Good luck with rest of raids. Ash OO love.
Ash, thank you for the 500 bits! There, and now I can tag only the people who have expressed interest in helping out with content without bothering the entire server. In theory, anyway.
Hopefully people have had time to set that up on their end.
Mm-hmm. I mean, last I checked, the role had at least 8 people in it, so there's a chance. Granted,
So I think
at least 2 of those people are probably raiding right now. One of them went to bed. 2 of them are, I think, in here. See, Candy to the rescue. Oh shit, I should be in magical girl form. Thank you for catching that, Ash. There we go. Yeah, you guys haven't donated enough bits to send me back into my civilian form yet, outside of Friday. Okay, we're waiting for, I think, Candy to log in. This kind of worked out because we needed some time for an ad break anyway. Alright, so I assume Candy is logging in. Anyway. God, okay, so when I was doing MSQ last night, I kept thinking about all this stuff that 5.2 sets up that, like, does not get followed up on, and I got mad about Endwalker all over again. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't dislike Endwalker. It's just, it could have been so much better. Or rather...
there's just already so much going on.
I mean, what I think is they should have made it to expansions, because there's so much that they just did not address. Like, you know, Vinal, if you've played Final Fantasy XII, you know that, like, Vinal is kind of an important character and kind of not that morally good of a character. And then they just kind of did not have the Vinal 14 have anything to do with her namesake, which is not normally how 14 handles stuff like that. And then you have the whole, like, Xenos dreaming about the final days. A thing that never gets brought up or ever is important ever again.
Which isn't shame, because that kind of hinted at a link to the past that we never got to see explored.
Or at the very least, like, if he had been trying to bring about the final days as, like, an active thing instead of being passive the way he was in Endwalker, that would have made him a really interesting character again. Because it would have been, oh yeah, like, I want all these monsters to hunt and stuff, and, like, if he had actively wanted the final days instead of just being a super boring antagonist in Endwalker. Sorry, guys. I know some people really liked Endwalker, but there's a reason it is on my list of videos to do, or on my list of things to do, and I could write it better about. Because I just...
Well, it's so funny, too, because this is something that's happened in media at least twice that I can think of.
What?
It's like you think of how Avengers Infinity War was. Like, that is an absolutely stellar movie. It explores the villain's motivations and is extremely well written, and it does a good job of making the villain sympathetic.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds an awful lot like Shadowbringers, doesn't it? They both are excellent and very well received, and then the follow-up to them, the direct continuation, not as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'll admit,
funny how that worked out.
I fell super behind on the Avengers stuff and kind of gave up on keeping up with it. Although, apparently they're not doing a season 2 of Moon Knight, but he might show up in some movies, so I'll watch those for Moon Knight. But
I stopped caring about the MCU after Infinity War, with the sole exception of the Spider-Man movie. After that, I was like, I'm done.
I really like Moon Knight, so I'll follow stuff that has him in it, but I just... Like, to be clear, I don't dislike Endwalker, I'm just disappointed.
That's fair.
Like, there are parts of it I really like, I just wish it had been expanded on.
The time that they could have had before they really expanded upon that was the patch content, and it ended up being for that particular storyline, which is...
Well, not only that, I had been concerned even before Endwalker dropped, because I was like, wow, you gotta conclude the final days thing and conclude the whole Heidelin and Zodiac thing in one patch in 10 levels. That sounds like a lot of story for you guys to deal with without fucking up like the pacing or anything. Oh, maybe they'll have all 3 level 90 dungeons be part of MSQ instead of 2 of them being side quests. That could have worked, and then they didn't even do that. And honestly, I would have had one expansion be trying to prevent the final days and the other one actually dealing with it, just to like have the pacing be better.
Let me go to number 6.
Let me...
As a forewarning, I will probably have to bounce after this one as well.
That's fair. I know it's late. There's a reason why I decided to split 5.3 into 2 streams next week.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did have a little trouble finding people for the dungeon last night. And then the stream went until 1 a.m. and I'm supposed to be going to bed at 1 a.m. So, yeah.
1 a.m. is the time I've had to wake up for work. That's too dang late.
I mean, my streams are supposed to end at like 11:30. It's just MSQ. I forgot how long the patches were in Shadowbringers.
Yeah, they were good and dense.
Yeah.
5.3 is going to be the perfect one to stretch it out on a little bit.
Well, and also I think part of it is normally I'm like, oh yeah, it's fine. I can do this in one stream because I always do patches in one sitting anyway when they come out. But there's a big difference between doing a 3-hour stream and trying to do everything in that versus like doing it on my own when I can get up and like stretch and get food and not be putting on a performance. It's very different. That being said, I might just like consciously time how long it takes me to do 7.2 when that drops. Also, confession time, I don't remember what the third fight of this raid tier is.
Here's a hint. Prepare to think with port.
Oh shit, that one! Oh. Oh. No! That's right, that's why I don't remember, because I erased it from my memory, because I hate that fight. I am so sorry in advance, everybody who's in the party with me for that one. It's gonna be bad, it's gonna be rough. My brain can't brain that fight.
Well, if fighting people is going to be hard, maybe consider doing the rest of this later.
I mean, the thing is, we still have time to get stuff done.
Do we? It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my streams end. I said 11 earlier, didn't I? Normally I end my streams at 10:30. I'd like to at least get one more fight done.
Yeah, I'd like to at least get this fight done.
Yeah, and then maybe we can add that to, maybe we can finish these on Sunday and then do Ruby Weapon, emotionally destroy myself, and then do Boja and Varus.
Yeah, and then maybe we can get a group together, farm some Vars for the tokens. It'd be great.
Maybe. You're just trying to lure me, and I mean, we won't do them. I mean, hey, we could even do them unsynced if we wanted to. You're just, because otherwise you're just trying to lure me into doing it extreme.
I mean, maybe. The extreme really isn't that hard.
I know, I've done it before, but...
No, if we were to do the extreme, Ruby Weapon's tough. Emerald Weapon's the toughest of the bunch, in my opinion. But
yeah, people are gonna have to vote for that one.
Diamond Weapon is tough, but fair. There's only one mechanic that people particularly struggle with, and it's actually easier the fewer people you have,
The
funnily enough.
problem with Diamond Weapon is the emotional damage.
Well, I've farmed all those fights collectively so much, it doesn't even register.
Oh, I can come.
We're getting an eye? Let's go!
Possibly. Oh, I want to come. We could do this with 5 people just to speed things up a little. Oh, right, we're in Party Finder. Hang on. Oh, hang on. How are we at 7 people? Oh, right, because we were doing these with 6. I'm stupid. I'm used to the trials that are 4.
Oh, does that mean you're going to do the 5.3 trial with 4 people? Ooh, that might be spicy.
Yeah? I mean, we're at least gonna try, like, because the thing is, we tried doing things mine with 8 people and it was boring. Which is why in Stormblood I started doing them with 4 people.
Makes sense. And it wasn't really until Hades that we had to go above that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And it was honestly, like, Innocence was really easy. Which
Oh, yeah.
is probably why Hades was such a fuck you fight.
Well, Titania is not an easy fight, but it's admittedly way...
Yeah, well, normally how a lot of these fights go is that there's one mechanic that is either like the tanks and healers have to be really on top of things, or it's a DPS check. But like it is doable, and once you get past it, everything else is fine.
Oh yeah.
The problem with 80s is like it was that plus it's a body check.
It worked.
Yeah, that's when they start having the body check mechanics, and it's always a pleasant thing when it isn't a body check.
Yeah.
Although, oh, is that going to be a no-issue with 5.3?
Oh, with SOS? Oh, we'll find out.
Because of LB3.
Oh shit! I hadn't even thought of that.
That's why the extreme is so hard to farm. Even at level 100, you still need a full party.
That's right. Yeah, it's I mean, we can try it for the content, but
Yeah, we can try it.
Shit, I forgot that LB3 was like necessary for that one. I thought you were talking about the if we needed 8 people for the quick time action.
Oh no, that's not the hang up. It's
No, ow.
actually oh, whoops. I'm moving.
Thank you.
Nope. Get back.
But like Varus we should be able to do with 4 people, right?
I believe so. It's been on a minute, I don't remember all the mechanics.
Ooh, ow! I forgot this fight. It's been a very long time since I've done this fight. I'm so sorry.
Okay, gotta move. Where the hard raise.
Fortunately, the only mechanic I can think of that could potentially be an issue in the dungeon doing it with 3 people, I'm pretty sure scales with the number of people in it. Yeah, there we go.
Ooh, that's a few dead people.
I'm sure we'll be fine. Oh, hi, Daddy Ifrit. I guess you could say he's literally hot.
Oh no, he's hot. with that. Whoa!
Candy, are you okay? Oh, I was not in enough. Oh, I lived. What? Okay, we're good. We're okay. Huh, I don't even remember switching targets to Garuda.
Oh.
Ow.
Hey, buddy. Oh, okay.
Hello?
Hello?
Gonna do a gummy bear.
A what?
The gummy bear. The red and green gummy bear?
I have no idea what that's supposed to mean.
Man.
Is this some Zoomer bullshit?
Maybe. Alright, grandpas and grandmas.
Not even.
Are you listening here, Sammy? Back in my day, we didn't have these silly slangs of gummy bears and skippity toilets.
Ow.
Oh,
Oh, everybody's dead. Whoops. How'd that happen?
The enums get a little finicky when we don't have 8 people.
I mean, I had 3 tethers on me, so...
Also, just so you're aware, I don't play healer very often, like at all.
And you chose now to play?
If you wanted to go melee, I could have swapped the healer.
I mean, we're committed to the bit. Let's go.
50, you chose now?
We'll be fine. We got this. I just gotta get good. That's all.
It was a good day in food today.
That's
I'm
good.
doing more eating. Fuck my life. We're very close. There's a little more.
You got this. I believe in you. And you have my permission to clear now that we've cleared Kafka.
I don't have supervision.
So you got in anyways.
Yeah. Ow. I fucked up. I keep forgetting that's a knockback.
Sorry, Candy.
Hey, it didn't hit me. That's the important part. Oh. Important part. You know, especially now that, like, I'm not using my webcam for anything else, maybe I should set up a cat cam. Saya is curled up. Okay, you know those cat trees where it has the little caves in them?
Mm-hmm.
So Saya is curled up on top of one of those. It's incredibly cute from what I can see.
Make sure to stay away from the people who get tethered.
I'm remembering how to play either now.
My life surge. Oh.
Suffer.
Yeah.
Nope. Oh. Here, I thought I was getting prepared. I got all of the tethers.
Yeah, it gives one person 30. We just have to grab them.
Hey, we lived.
That's what
Ow.
matters.
Well,
Look at that.
I lived through one mechanic, and then immediately died to another.
They become watermelon gummy bear.
I have not seen this fight since the graphical update. The lighting is noticeably different. And better.
Actually, good point. Like, it's always fun going into places that you haven't been to in a long time since the, like, the graphics update. By the way, have you seen what they did to our Realm Reborn patch zones this patch?
I had not.
Oh.
That's
I gave someone my tether, I'm sorry.
Ooh! I wonder if KBI works on that.
This is just fucking ooh all over again.
It will? Oh no, I just realized. You know how you guys need to vote eventually on a ultimate for me to do
Aw.
I'll let you decide if this is a threat or a promise, but if you guys choose Uwu, I'm just gonna talk in Uwu speak nonstop the entire time.
Okay. I will cut my ears off.
Then just make sure I don't end up having to do Uwu.
Well, it's the only one we can do right now.
I'm sure by the time we clear 2 other raids, we will have other stuff unlocked.
Oh yeah, if we do the.
Also, no, shouldn't we have access to T by now? If we can, as long as we like actually do A8.
We'd have to do E4S.
You have to do E4.
Yeah. I mean, if we don't do the tier mine, we can always do it undersized just to unlock whatever ultimate.
Youch.
The savage / extreme redeems are for me to do the tier, not necessarily for it to be my first time in there. Ooh. I'm just getting hit by all of those kernels.
I would personally prefer if you did.
Look, man, it's not on purpose unless it'd make for good content. Then I will make it on purpose.
Understand.
Holy shit. I'm gaming so hard.
Do it.
Almost got it, almost got it, almost got it!
Sickness must be purged.
Thank you so much for the break!
Easy
Hello,
game,
everybody! Terrence,
Alright,
it's
open
been
the
a
chests
while.
and
Long
leave.
time no see. How have you been?
Actually. It took a while, but I remembered how to play White
Yeah.
Mage again.
Alright. And I actually do use this gear, so I'm just gonna roll on it. Alright.
Oh.
Unfortunately, that is gonna have to be it for me. Y'all fun?
Do we need another person?
For the sake of my sanity, we're actually gonna finish these on Sunday.
Okay.
Alrighty, y'all have a great night.
Yeah. Hang on, before you go, just let
Yes?
me get out of here, and I can show you on stream, because obviously you can't just go and see it yourself. Let's see here. If I go to Horizon, just as an example. Okay. So first of all, look at how lovely the brick looks now.
Mm-hmm.
And if we go down here,
Oh my god.
they talked about this in the, or they showed it in the patch notes and stuff. But look how nice it looks now.
Yeah.
Like, they actually added moss to stuff?
Ivy, all sorts of different plant growth. Makes it feel more lively.
Mm-hmm. They did it in... I think I did do a bit of exploring when the patch first dropped on this character, but, let's see here. Another notable one is... If I go here...
Oh man, I really just want to clear soon. Can I start my spring break with a W?
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah, look how good it looks even just, like, here. And then if I go around this away...
Wait, Shizu, why is my PNG so huge?
Because, Fugi reactive, like, scales based off of the number of people in the Discord call.
Oh, wait, so you just get big
Yeah.
ears?
Yeah.
Very big ears.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my favorite.
Yeah, look how
Totally
cool it
worth.
looks here now. There's, like, grass in the rocks and moss everywhere.
Oh yeah, I should probably end my stream as well.
Oh. Hi, Ice Stream, if anybody's watching. Come check out twitch.tv/cheese.
No, don't
Smile.
listen to her. Don't
Always
let her
listen to
mark
me.
it in my... No, ban this lady.
No!
I'm gonna ban you from the VC right now.
Don't you dare, first of all. Samuel, you're one of my mods. You should want to be promoting me.
But not on my stream. That's my stream.
Fair. But also, speaking of promoting things, it would help if I was in the right link shell. But let me just, because I talked to Zev about this earlier, and she made a very good point. That's one mod promoted. And then, let's see here. Where is everybody? See, oh, here we go. A fun way to figure out who joined the pantry first. Promote to leader.
Seb? Question mark.
I'm looking for Zev on my list, but here we go.
I was pretty
And
late in
promote to leader.
joining.
Yeah, you joined with Alexander. I distinctly remember. And also, because I'm used to I being a girl's name, I totally thought you were a girl.
Really?
I mean, I'm very bad at judging this shit. I also thought that Ellie was like some Latino dude, so, you know.
Oh,
I judge
knew
people-
Ellie was a lady for a while.
I judge people off of their names and their character models until I'm told otherwise, so...
Bruh.
What?
That's kind of funny.
It's better than assuming every internet, or every person I encounter on the internet is a man.
That's fair.
Anyway, which is my big pet peeve, because it actually really bugs me at this point when people are like, he, and it's like, I play a female character. What part of me looks male to you, other than your own assumptions? Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream with that little rant. Thank you everybody for joining. Sorry we only got through 2 of the fights tonight, but, you know, life is a thing and these quests are kind of long. So we will be continuing with Eden's verse on Sunday with the last 2 fights, after which we will be going into Ruby Weapon.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. And then starting Boja, which fortunately, in the case of, oh, you know what I should probably do? I'm gonna hop out of voice chat, but, I should probably, before I actually end stream, finish the Skatari quest I picked up yesterday. So that I can keep ranking up the Katari, since we have the time for it. But, yeah, that's the general plan, is Sunday is gonna be, Eden, Ruby Weapon, Boja, which other than the trial is mostly just solo duty stuff. We don't, like, they didn't even actually add Boja to the game until 5.3. Like, Boja, the actual location. So yeah, I'm gonna drop out of chat. Thanks for helping out, Danny and I. I appreciate both of you.
You're welcome.
And yeah, I guess
Maybe
I'll...
be able to help more once we clear.
Yeah, well also, maybe I'll be able to help before raid on Sunday, maybe?
If we clear Friday, I should be able to.
Okay, what time does your raid start on Sunday?
6:30.
6:30?
And we
Okay.
finish at 9.
So we might be able to drag you along for at least some of the early stuff on Sunday. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I'm gonna drop out of voice chat. Later, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Alright. So, let's do... Oh, it'd help if I was on the right class. Here we go. Yeah, let's get this done so I can actually get progress on this shit. Oh, hello there, friend. It's a most splendiferous day here at the Stopple. The ritual that the Beast so kindly taught us has allowed us to delve deeper into the tunnels, and you won't believe the wonders we found. It is as my boy says, our exploration of the second stratum is nearly complete, and you'll be pleased to know that the relics and treasures we have found have all but confirmed that your interpretation of the second stele was indeed the correct one. The first encounter between our ancestors and the Beast was not a pleasant one. Countless of our ancestors were hunted down in the forest, skinned and turned into pelts and stews. Needless to say, the Ronkan Empire did not take kindly to this. The Emperor had a mind to drive the Beast from the Greatwood, if not to eradicate their kind entirely. But our forebears used their wits and powers of persuasion to convince both sides that establishing an alliance would be in the best interests of all parties. Hearing our impassioned pleas, the Beasts repented their violent ways. In time, they even came to worship the Ronkan gods, believing that it was Ishmaya herself who granted the Ronkan Emperor the vision that convinced him in the end to show mercy. We share a positively horrifying past, but the Beasts and Katari are friends today, and that is what matters more than anything. I am also pleased to report that in our search, we did also manage to find a passage leading even further into the Stopple's depths. Yes, I have little doubt that another stele awaits us should we continue to delve below. I trust that Toril is investigating the matter as we speak. As a matter of fact, she returned a short while ago. Toril is nothing if not circumspect. I have no doubt her survey of the tunnels was most thorough. And yet, I fear the news is not all good. Poor Toril collapsed into a shivering heap almost immediately upon her return, and has remained in bed, silent and with dreadful fever, ever since. As such, I have sent for our friends in Slitherbow to come to our aid. I do believe I just saw them over there. Come, Shizune, I would be most obliged if you could join us in getting to the bottom of all this. One moment. Let me just go ahead and take care of a bit of moderation. There we go. Where? Oh. Alright, let me just add this to the moderation thing. Dashboard and settings and moderation, and there we go. And just to... there. You know what? Let me also just add this to the block terms. There. That might make things very easily. It'll be interesting to see what the statistics on that are later. I do believe I just saw them over there. Come, Shizune. I wish I would be most obliged if you could join us in getting to the bottom of all this. We came as soon as we could. What sort of malady has stricken the poor little fellow? According to those who accompanied her, the passage below us was blocked by a vast water vein. Toral and her team had no choice but to dive in and attempt to swim their way onward through the depths. It would seem the chill, the chill of the water took quite a toll on their bodies. Toral most of all. Or perhaps they encountered a fearsome leviathan lurking in the deep, who did lash out at them with its tentacles in ferocious rage. Oh, for woe! My heart goes out for this brave, battered soul. Or it's just a cold. Fortunately, her life appears to be in no danger. And yet, I fear that the Stoppel is far from an ideal environment for sheltering the wounded and infirm. I would have to agree. Talismans and shrines may do well to ward off the creatures of the deep, but they will do little to keep a shivering body warm and nurse a sick back to good health. Shizune, the Katari live a simple life, eschewing luxury. We of the Knights Blessed are similar, and I too believe frugality to be an admirable trait. And yet, I dare say they deserve to live in better comfort than this. Wouldn't you agree? Perhaps there is something we could do for them. Master Valen, your magnanimity is most touching. Indeed. What are my friends for, if not to help one another in trying times? We would be most obliged if you would, to you for your aid. In the meantime, I will suspend the exploration of the tunnels until such a time as we find a way to traverse those frigid and treacherous waters. I'll go gather the supplies we need to keep your friend here safe. We need something to warm her body and medicine to ease her fever. An elixir of life for the afflicted Katari fellow? Leave that to Kinfort, son of Dwaddle. Potion of... Okay, you've gone from descendant to son. What's going on here, bud? I mean, I know it's like a turn of phrase, but I do find it funny. Yes, I do believe I can procure the ingredients I need from our friends in Fano. As for keeping her warm, I do believe I know just the thing. Something my mother always used to make for me when I caught cold as a child. All I'll need is a kindling crystal from Lake Tusi Mekta. I would fetch it myself, but I fear it would be a treacherous going for one such as me. Could I trouble you with the task, Shizune? Sure. I mean, I can't do any combat when I'm a minor, but... You are most, munificent. Indeed, my friends. Is there nothing I could do to be of assistance? I intend to return here and intend to pour Toral. Perhaps you could help me look after your friend? Consider it done. Whatever I might do to be of help, I am at your every beck and ball, or keck and ball. Keck. Oh, the quest is here? Oh, no. Shortcut, first of all. Oh, I thought that was a sightseeing log for a second. I was very confused because I thought I got this one already. But no, it's just somebody on a very glowy mount. Alright, let's go mine up. Is this going to be an underwater mining thing? He did say it was in the lake, so I guess so. So down here. And then here. There we go. Oh, I need 3 of these. Okay, well. There we go. Alrighty. Ash, oh no! Well, good news. Because it's gotten so late, we decided to do the last 2 fights on Sunday. So, you guys are gonna be able to make fun of me earlier in the day because of portals, because that fight is probably not gonna go well. So Sunday's gonna be a busy day for real. But in the meantime, you get to catch the latest update on the Qatari. I wasn't sure what to think of them at first, but there's something rather endearing about these little mousy fellows. As friends of Ronka and neighbors here in the Great Wood, I can't help but wish them well.
Scree.
Scree! Thank you so much for the 500 bits, Ash! The serpent lets out a plaintive cry. It appears to be deeply concerned for the ailing Toril Mantle. Poor Toril. If only there was more I could do for her. Also, I'm mad because I think I forgot to do my society quest yesterday. Otherwise, I'd be able to do the rank up quest for Pixies and the dwarves tonight. Whoops. How goes the search, Shizune? Have you managed to locate anything that might keep poor Toril warm? Translucent stones of this sort are lightly warm to the touch, and often employed by the Knights Blessed to aid in starting bonfires. Useful. Fascinating. How gently warm to the touch it is. Yes, I dare say this should help warm Toril's body and ease her pain. Oh, I'm sorry work was rough today. Although that nap is probably why you can't sleep now. Ah. You know it would help, and I'm speaking from personal experience, when your room is too hot and you can't sleep, I find what really helps is piling 2 cats on top of you. Oh, she moved. Saya wasn't here earlier, but yes. Nothing helps when you're sleep overheated already from it just being warm in your room than to have the body heat of 2 little furballs who insist on sleeping on top of you to make you even warmer. Worry not, my friends. I prepared some extra doses and shared them with the remaining members of the excavation team. Should any of them exhibit similar symptoms to poor Toril, relief is only a quaff of Quinfort's quintessential elixir away. Right. I mean, that's why you keep a water bottle next to your bed. Toral seems to be feeling quite a bit better already. At this rate, I dare say she will be back on her feet in no time. I cannot thank you enough, my friends. Poor Toral. I must tell her just how much I appreciate all she has done for us when she awakens. Oh, Father, I have it. Yes, indubitably I do. Chikuro, are you quite all right? What, or have what, I say? When I took Shizune's discovery into hand, my entire body was filled with a gentle wave of warmth from within. Why, if we were to give one of to each member of the X-Vacation team, they could stay warm and toasty even as they navigate the frigid waters below. Simply ingenious, my boy. Yeah, then they'll be warm and wet. Because everybody knows, well, actually warm and wet is probably still better than cold and wet, but, like, humidity is a bitch. I didn't fully understand the whole, like, wet heat versus dry heat thing until I went to Vegas for FanFest last year. And it was, like, 100 degrees, but at least it wasn't humid, I guess. Still hated it, but I could feel the difference. Master Valen, Master Quinfort, might I trust you to look after our dear Toral in my stead? I would return to the excavation that I might deliver to my friend a discovery that is sure to have her dancing in the tunnels. Leave it to us, my friend. There could be no greater honor than to lend my prodigious talents to a proud race of Ronka. That settles it. Let the third stage of the X-Vacation begin. Oof. That being said, I'll take hot over cold. Sometime later. It's easier for me to air condition my apartment than it is to keep it warm in the winter. Kitaro Noddle and Jakuro Kodal have safely returned from their investigation of the tunnels. What news do our friends bring from below? Why, I can scarcely wait to hear about the latest wonders of history and cultural heritage they have unearthed. Towarle's looking like her pale and hearty old self again. Still a bit pale in the complexion. But then again, I suppose that's not out of the ordinary for their kind. Sadly, our efforts to bring the stelae to the surface have proven less than successful. Still, at least we were able to navigate the waters, and we have our friends in Slitherbow to thank for that. No, outbreak. Okay, Shizune, my friends, we return our serpent friend with us, and I am pleased to report that the third stele has been found. Sadly, much like the first two, actually I'm gonna snooze this ad. Much like the first two, it has seen better days. We must count our blessings that it survives at all. What with the ravaging sin-eaters, rushing waters, and worse that it has faced over the years. Indeed. Why, I can scarcely imagine the horrors of our forefathers faced when they braved the depths so long ago. Scree! Scree! Have no fear and lament not the past, O brave sons of Ronka. For in reclaiming your legacy this day, you forged the path to a brighter and ever more prosperous future. So saith the Divine Protector, and may its words give you strength. Well, the sentiment is an honorable one, at least. But do tell, what were you able to make of the stone? What we could discern of the markings was most curious indeed. It showed a single Qatari holding a fish over his head, and standing next to him, a curious creature that resembled a miniature catfish man with 2 little legs. A catfish man, you say? Why, I have pored through my every encyclopedia on Master Matoya's shelf, and never so much as heard of such a thing. What manner of fantastic and ancient beast might you have discovered? You are most well-traveled, you are the most well-traveled of us, Shizune. Have you ever seen or heard of such a creature in your journeys? It sounds like the Namazu. I had a good catfish stew once. Have I ever? Yes, yes. A curious race of fishmen that live far to the east? No wonder we haven't heard of them here in Norvron. Doubtless they were one of the many ill-fated peoples swallowed up by the flood. In any event, these catfishmen sound most fascinating. I would be quite curious to find out more. I have a theory as to what the markings signify. It was a time of old, when famine ravaged the forests. In trying times, our ancestors and these catfishmen each laid claim to a vital fishing ground. That the creatures no longer inhabit these parts can mean only one thing. The proud Qatari, the might of the Ronkan Empire behind them, drove these slippery creatures from the Great Wood, proclaiming the food supply as theirs and theirs alone. Bereft of a source of nourishment, the catfish men died out one by one, and met their eventual extinction. I mean, that was one of the things we prevented kind of from happening in the Namazu quests, if you think about it. Extinction? It's the thought. Believe me, Father, I am not so naive as to think this was another bright and happy chapter in history. No doubt the famine you speak of truly did befall our forest home. All the more reason that when these catfishmen showed up on our doorstep, on the verge of collapsing from hunger, our forefathers did offer them fish. That they might— didn't you pronounce forefathers correctly like 5 minutes ago? That they might sustain themselves for the days to come. Most fascinating theories, the both of them. And yet, I would posit another. I have read of an ancient coin emblazoned with the image of a catfish that was said to predate the Ronkan Empire. Is it not plausible, even probable, that it might be the currency of an ancient civilization of fishmen that flourished in the depths below? No, it isn't. And I think we've heard enough theories for the day. At any rate, Quimfort and I should be getting back to Slitherbow. If you're ever in need of wording charms or far-fetched theories, you know where to find us. Actually married. I must say, there's something quite compelling about the thought of a great civilization of subterranean-dwelling fish people. Perhaps I should reconsider my... Scree! Or perhaps not. At any rate, it would appear that once again my son and I have arrived at conflicting interpretations of our people's past. And so we turn once more to you, ally of Ronka. Which version of history shall be told? So, friend Shizune, pray lend us your sage wisdom and acute insight. Oh, you think my insight is cute? I know what my vote is for. Oh, okay, so the last one, I chose the sad one for the second one too, where, like, when the V's and the Qatari first met, the V's tried to hunt them. Once more, the Qatari father and son have arrived at different interpretations of past events, as depicted on the stela. At the bidding of the Great Serpent, it falls to you to determine which version of history will be told. You achieved honored reputation with the stewards. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Okay, but, like, can you blame me? Because even the modern Davies, the first thing they did when they encountered the Qatari was threaten them with their, with their spears and stuff, I don't think I'm in the wrong for thinking that may have been a historical tendency of the Vis. But because I'm basing my options off of what I know from the game, I don't think that the Namazu would have... The Qatari and the Namazu both aren't really super antagonistic races. So when the ad comes back up, I am gonna go with Takurl's interpretation, because I can't see the Qatari or the Empire just chasing the Namazu out, especially since, like, at worst, you would think at worst the Ronkan Empire would have tried to conquer the Namazu, like the way they did the Qatari, right? And then make them their citizens. I would have bought an interpretation where they tried to eat the Namazu because they're catfish instead, and that being why the Qatari was holding... Yeah, exactly, or eat them. But since that's not what happened, I think it was probably they became friends. Or trading partners or something. Also, oh, I didn't realize how developed this had gotten. Look at the little guys! Look at them! Yeah. Let's see here. You've got a little... Are you guys powering your equipment with a hamster wheel? You guys are supposed to... Well, I guess rats also use wheels. But... yeah, oh! Look at this little guy. And their little feets. In their little place where they can rest. Why are you not over there recovering with everybody else? And there's still a little helmeted guy here. Also, I already have you. Already have... Oh, nope. We got music. Which means I can get this, get rid of that. I mean, remember, Ash, there's nothing stopping you from getting every single Scree Boy minion in the game and then unleashing them in your island sanctuary. If you want to talk about truly a paradise. How many minions do I have on this character anyway? More than what I can fit on an island sanctuary. So I guess I'll have to figure that out. And we're back from ads, so welcome back, everybody. All right, time for a very important decision where I choose the child's interpretation. The serpent hops about happily. It appears most pleased to see the residents of the forest cooperating with each other. Father may interpret the markings differently, but I am certain that my ancestors were not so cruel and violent as he would say. When famine struck the forest, we Qatari took pity on the catfish people and shared with them our freshest patches. That they vanished from the Great Wood after this is a pity, but I know that our forefathers did all— See, you pronounced it right! See, hang on, calling you out, kiddo. Hydrate? Okay. And then he mispronounces a different word instead. But I know that our forefathers did all they could to save their slippery little friends. This is most definitely, most indubitably the case. Do you not agree? He's fucking with me? He has to be. If you vouch for Cordal's theory, the third Stella will be restored to reflect his interpretation of history. Proceed, and you will be able to view the stela as Katarl Noddle envisions it. The rewards you receive and the content of the quests that to follow will be the same regardless of the choice you make. You are free to choose the version of history you find most compelling. I mean, that's not actually how history works. You have to base it off of evidence. And my evidence says that there's no history of the Qatari being cruel. Like, they were conquered by the, they were conquered and enslaved and then became citizens of the Ronkan Empire. They were hunted by the Vs. Like, even the most negative interpretations of the Stella all show the Qatari being pretty non-violent. Magnificent! I knew we shared a like mind, you and I. Perhaps the boy is right, and history is at times not so cruel as it may seem at a glance. In any event, if you truly find this or his version of events more compelling, I see no reason to object. There's just no evidence that you guys were ever violent or cruel. Splendorous. And with that, let's get the restoration of the third stela started. You'll stick around to see that everything is done right, won't you? Whenever you are ready to begin, just say the word. Are you ready, Shizune? Then Father and I shall call for our best artisans at once. Yeah, let's see it. Show me. The third Qatari stela has been restored to depict Quetzalcoatl's interpretation of the history between the Qatari and the ill-fated catfish people. Yes, yes. Outfitted with supplies and conveniences brought by the Knights Blessed, the Hoppelstoppel is more hospitable than ever before. Rejoicing in their newfound comfort, the Qatari have returned to their excavation effort with renewed energy and enthusiasm. One can only imagine what marvelous discoveries are yet to come. Yeah. Alright. So, that wraps up the Qatari quests for now. Like I said, I already did my Pixie and Dwarf quests for today, and I'm not going to be able to rank them up until Sunday. Probably. Time permitting. Because speaking of Sunday, we're gonna have a busy stream, because now the plan is Sunday we're gonna start with finishing up Eden's Verse. We've got 2 more fights left to do. After that, we've got yeah, it does that at the beginning of the next quest. So when I rank up, they'll be like, yeah, we found evidence and you were right. Good job, Shizune. You're so smart. But yeah. But so yeah, Sunday we'll start with finishing the last 2 fights of Eden's Promise. Yeah, my pets. And then we will do Ruby Weapon and finish the night with doing the opening quests for Boja, the 5.1 or 5.2 quest for Boja. This might also mean possibly some glamour farming afterwards, so that maybe I can turn this into something that's more my color scheme. We will see. But yeah, TBC on Sunday. And then if we have time, I will also get those, you know, other side quests that we've got sitting around done. We've still got 2 more facets left. We've got rank up quests for Beast Tribe, or I'm sorry, for Allied Societies. But yeah, that's what we have planned. Next week, we are splitting MSQ in two, so that I'm not streaming until 1 a.m. again. So Sunday, or not Sunday, Tuesday will be the first 6 quests of 5.3, which means we'll be stopping right before the dungeon. And then Wednesday, we will do the last 6 quests, which includes the dungeon and the trial, which, like Danny pointed out, we may not have a choice. We'll do it. We'll try it with 4 people for the content, but that might be another one that body checks us where we need 8 people. Because we might need albeit 3. But we'll see what happens. If nothing else, it'll be fun. And yeah, I will be back on Friday with Friday Night Rights. That starts at 8 o'clock Central. And then yeah, Sunday stream as always starts at 4:30, and Wednesday starts at 7:30. Because of some content that got added in Infinity Nikki, I might also start streaming Infinity Nikki once I finish Shadowbringers. Which means I'll have 2 characters to keep up with after that. Ha! It'll be fine. But yeah, and then after that, like, I won't have to worry about streaming Infinity Nikki except when new content comes out. So yeah, let me find somebody to raid. Also, what's up, YouTube? What's up, VOD gang, if I've got one? Oh, Miko's streaming. Let's go raid Miko. So Miko's streaming Final Fantasy 14. Let's go say hi to him. It would help if I was typing in the right thing. So yeah, we're rating Miko D Miko, good friend of the channel. And I will see you guys all next time. Bye-bye. Oh.